And the B's, a lot of parents run from having that talk. And when it finally happens, the talk usually handled by mom. But the American Journal of Health Promotion reports when dads take on the talk, encouraging their kids to postpone becoming sexually active, you know what? The kids actually listen. They really do. Say hi to a child and adolescent psychologist, Dr. David Swanson. David, good to see you again.
Good to see you. Yeah.
Mom's always important, we know that, but we're hearing more and more about dads.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, look, as much as we want to think that things in the home are equal, mom and dad share in decision making and things like that, which usually they do, this country still views families as patriarchs. In other words, that dad comes home, he is seen a little bit more powerful, and the message he gives, kids tend to really consider a little bit more, and that's clear in the literature.
Especially when it's a boy, right? It's a son. You kind of bond.
Boys and girls. Boys and girls. You know, look, boys look up to their dads to find out what it means to be a man. And girls, look, if you're a dad and you're not talking to your daughters about the way guys think when it comes to sex, you're doing her a disservice.
Right, because that's something that only dad can point out. Okay, we got some great ideas, great points here that you ran out. First one is you were saying about talk to your teen. I thought this was interesting. You said when the sun goes down.
Yeah, teens tend to be, and kids in general, tend to be much more vulnerable at night when the sun goes down. So typically before bedtime, when there's no distractions like text messaging, email, Facebook, when that's not going on, you stand a much better chance of getting your child's attention.
Because you got to get right through to them, really get to the core.
Yes, and they will open up and share a little bit more with you.
That's a good point. Also, you were saying about scheduled time to talk on a regular basis, a predictable basis, not something out of left field, I guess.
Yeah, I think my talk when I was growing up was something along the lines of, don't get a girl pregnant because your life will be over. And that was, I was left to kind
or
of
I'm
deal
going to beat the heck out of you, you'll disgrace the family.
This is an ongoing discussion. If you're only having one with your child, again, you're not doing it the right way. You should be talking about this frequently.
Speak very clinically, you were saying, and then, stay away from a lot of those nicknames that kids have for the body parts.
Yeah, I think oftentimes we're so uncomfortable, dads in particular, we need to do a better job stepping in and figuring out a way to be comfortable talking about this. Use words like penis, vagina, use those words when you're talking to your kid because you want it to sound like you're comfortable using them. If you seem any bit uncomfortable, they're going to shut down and not talk to you about it.
How do you get comfortable? Suppose you're, I don't want to say that kind of thing. I'm surprised you're a doctor, you could say it. I can't even say it on the air.
You fake it until you make it. That's all I can tell you. With trial and error, you're going to get better at it.
Yeah, and do it in front of a mirror, I guess. Because you have to be you have to be confident. You were also saying don't lecture, don't be overbearing. You don't want to get in their face.
Yeah, this is a big deal. Most kids don't go and talk to their parents about things because they're worried their parents are going to overreact. If I talk to you about my interest in sex or my curiosity, are you going to clamp down and take away my freedom? Are you not going to let me go out? You got to keep your cool when you talk to your kids, or else your kids are going to be worried that you're going to overreact. I
was also worried, if you're talking to the kids looking around like this, or he's playing around, and you're not getting through to them.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose your cool, obviously, but that's frustrating to say the least.
It is frustrating, but again, if you find a time at night when the sun goes down, there's no distractions, and it's just you and your child one-on-one, and you keep your cool, this will go a long way in solving that problem. Ask them about their thoughts, by the way. Ask them about relationships and show interest as opposed to trying to, look, we're both men. And we know the way we act. When there's a problem, what do? We try to fix it. We become the repairman. Don't do that. Let them become the repairman and validate them on the way that they think.
Very good point. I got to ask you before you go. You're a dad. We always talk about this. What did you learn? Even though you're a doctor and you talk to your own kids, it's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, we talk constantly about this. I got to say, I do have worry. My worry is on the other end. I come into contact a lot with kids who are sexually active, and oftentimes the boys end up dealing with such severe things as criminal charges. So that's where I worry about with my kids. So we're always very open in terms of talking about this stuff, and I don't think my kids would smile or blush at this point because we've done it for an ongoing period of time.
Starting what age? I'm curious.
Well, at 5th grade, they get a movie in school that says this is what the body is. You're going to start getting hair here, and you're going to start to develop here. So you want to start talking about those body changes in the 4th or 5th grade. By 5th or 6th grade, you should be talking about sexual intercourse, why you have it. And it's not just about what it is, but this is a loving gesture. If you're not doing it, your kids are finding out about it through pornography on the internet or through their friends. So get there first.
Because you're right. Get there first, because it's changed so much when we were kids. We got that speech, don't do that, you're going to be in trouble. Dr. David Swanson, always good to see you.
Pleasure.
Good job.